the actual slideshow is.
No problem. You can start.
Okay. Okay. So hi, my name is Siddhant Chaudhary, and this is my project, the ethical ticketing system. So everyone here is probably familiar with the frustration of buying tickets online, whether for like a concert or sports match, or like let's say like tickets or for transportation. This is often because prices often change a lot and bounce around, and often real fans or local people are not able to really view are not able to really get the tickets that they deserve. So this is why I've helped build an application that uses data-driven machine learning in order to predict fair discounts while implementing a ethical checklist for exploiters like scalpers to to prevent them from getting these discounts. So let's first talk about what is actually wrong with the pricing today. So first of all, when you buy tickets online, there's this thing called black box pricing, which where customers often hide what hide the rules of what they're pricing. The user often doesn't know why their ticket costs more 1 minute and costs less the next, which sometimes makes people feel cheated. Also, platforms that offer discounts, they use old rules that do not adapt to the user, so they don't really check if the user is a fan or how loyal you are or how far you travel. So it's essentially a one size fits all approach that really doesn't uh, acknowledge the acknowledge everyone. And
Okay.
finally, sometimes since these discount systems are super basic, scalpers and automated bots are able to exploit them and find loopholes and hoard all the discounted tickets, and which is why you see people reselling tickets often for a profit. So in short, normal buyers don't really get to see their discounts, and the the people who like the bad people such as scalpers often are able to take charge. So my motivation often stems from the accountability gap in AI. So like when you apply a machine learning model, it doesn't really it acts like as like a mathematical black box. It makes guesses based on pure historical patterns, and if those patterns are skewed, their model would output more unfair anomalies. Which is why we wanted to provide a blueprint for the future in retail, which proves that the engine can be adaptive and data driven using AI, but also be can be able to keep it in check.
Okay.
Mhm. So this is how my system works. Um, it starts off in the browser, which is the only like, user face like interface that where the user can put in their stats. Um,
Okay.
well, we built it using React Invite. Next, our data goes to the Express API, which helps protect, is our protective middleman server. So instead of the web page directly talking to the AI, this middleman keeps the system safe and hidden from public internet, which is very important. And then
Okay.
it's getting sent to a fast API, which validates our numbers and puts it right into our final model, which is our AI brain, which is a gradient boosting regressor, which does the math and helps calculate discounts that may normal people might not be able to see in the data, and then send it back to the chain to show on the user screen.
Oh. So you say gradient boosting model, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So this is how our system keeps ML honest, but I would like to do this showing this from the platform itself. So
Okay.
if you wait 1 second. Can you see my screen?
Right, it is visible.
This is our app. So let's say this is how it works. It obviously uses the gradient building regressor, and these are the four. Um, we tested our model on a data set of 1,000, like 10,000, like um uh randomly created fans that are supposed to kind of mirror actual fans, and we found that these are the most influenced the discounts by far.
Okay,
And essentially, we kept this, but we also created actual man-made guardrails. So let's say if our use, for example, our first guardrail, if our user is located, like, does not attend does not attend their games, which means that there's a high chance of them being a scalper. So if we have, let's say if you have a low attendance rate, then there is low discount.
okay,
Right? We also have, let's say a user um buy so many a lot of tickets, but also attend, like, let's say a little bit less, even though they attend a bit more, their high ticket purchase volume will like is a red flag. So this also is how terminates the discount because it's the high amount of scalpers. And
okay,
then we also have all discounts capped at 50%. So the um let's say you live close to the venue, you have the maximum, you buy lots of tickets, you attend every game, and even like is like extremely scarce. There's no tickets. Our maximum discount is 50%, as you can see,
okay.
because we don't want obviously our venues losing money. So we're giving out 100% discounts everywhere.
All right,
Mhm. Can you see my screen now?
right.
Okay, let's go to the real world impact. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to actually replace this black box pricing for our user to actually see their discounts, and we want this to be applied into every ticketing service, right? To build real trust with buyers so they can know what they're buying about. And we have give our business a clear, like, a trail, as you can see, to prove that their pricing is fair. So they don't have to deal with this drama about, oh, the ticket master and everything they're using unfair pricing. And also using our algorithms, we also shut down scalpers by catching using our app to catch their buying patterns not exploit the system. So looking forward again, like, we want to train our AI brain on actual real world ticket data, because obviously we created pretty realistic fans, but we
Okay,
obviously it will not truly reflect a real audience for. So we would hope to get actual data to train it on. We also want to create an admin dashboard, which allows event organizers to actually change their and rules on the fly, and also let this be available to the audience so they know what they are getting into.
all right,
So mhm. So ultimately, this tries to shows that maybe in the future, it's just a big step into getting automatic AI pricing that is fair to humans. Right.
got it.
Thank you. For,
All right. So, first of all, the idea is great, right? Because there are
Mhm,
many loyal fans who can't get the ticket due to the prices or due to the high
mhm.
range of prices, right? So,
Yeah.
this is a very good idea. And secondly, the interface is also great. So, can we move
Thank
back
you.
to the interface? I have some questions. So,
Yes.
I can ask there on the interface. All right.
I got it here. I forgot to mention we also have an option for us to save the discount, so you can have uh for like a certain venue if they want to see their average
Okay.
discount for per person, they can see from here.
Okay, great. So did you share the screen of interfaces? I'm not able to see the interface.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. Um, sharing in the. Can you see me here?
Yeah, now it is visible. Okay. So let's start. First of all, you say data set, right? So
Mhm.
did the data set, did you generate it or is it
Ye-
you got from
We
somewhere?
we we generated it.
Okay.
Um,
So you know how many features are there in the data set, as what are the factors depending on them we are classifying or training our model?
yeah, we used different distributions for each. So like I think for example, we used um we use different distributions for each. Like we have like a fan like for instance we have like a fan um for like for fans, for loyalty, for attendance rate and events scores like for attendance rate to create like a essentially like a realistic model for our
Okay.
fans essentially.
So these are the four features present in the data set, right? The
Yeah.
distance, the loyalty index, attendance suits, and even
We're,
scarcity. All right.
yeah.
So now there's just one question from my side that
Mhm,
consider you did launch this application, right? So
mhm.
how you will get to know that actually the person that is trying to get the discount, right? Is he or she is a real fan or not? You have any thought that how you are going to check the validity? Is it actually the real person who is a fan of that particular team, or is he or she not?
um I think I was thinking in the future we can um w- we would try to implement like kind of like a ID recognition system. Of course,
Okay,
I wasn't able to. This is kind of like I wasn't able to find the time to do that here. But in the future, I was planning on doing like an ID recognition system. Like you can like with the tickets and like when they enter the venue, they can scan their ID and match it to their face to really show their loyalty and their like and match their attendance rate and not
okay,
show like for example like scalpers will resell their tickets if the the face that they bought it with or does not match the face the person who's going with. That also it shows that they did not attend, and that's how we can catch the scalpers.
yeah.